Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So today I thought I would make a quick tip video in response to a lot of questions I got from a recent post on Instagram where I put up a gallery of images from my recent photo shoot with the South Carolina women's basketball team. And along with those images, I added a behind the scenes clip where some eagle-eyed viewers noticed that I didn't have any lights on the backdrop. And from the gallery, you can see that all these images have the players on a perfectly white backdrop. So I had multiple people message me wanting to know how I got a white backdrop behind these players without having lights on that backdrop. And of course, I did it in post. And I wanted to quickly just demonstrate how I did that. So let's just jump straight into Photoshop, and I'm gonna show y'all what exactly I did. And it's really simple. So once again, here are a couple of the images that were in that gallery, and you can see it's perfectly, white backdrop behind the girls, super clean. And here is one of the images before I've done anything to it. So you can see the natural tone of that backdrop is actually picking up some of the warm tones off of the floor. So when the lights are hitting, bouncing off the wooden floor, and they're kicking up some warm tones, and that's something to kind of be mindful of when you do photograph on a basketball court. So that can be maybe a bonus tip here. All right, but let me just show you how quick and easy this can be in the most current version of Photoshop. So all I did, I've got my image opened up here. I'm going to go up to the select menu, and I'm going to go down here to select subject. And Photoshop has gotten really, really good at doing this. It's not perfect yet. But it is close enough to where it will make a process like this super easy. To correct any mistakes you might find, you can go over here to the quick selection tool, and we will just kind of do a quick once over. You can see right here on this edge, it's missed some of these stripes in the uniform, so I'm just going to click there, include that one. I'm obviously doing this real quick on the trackpad. Let's see, down here we missed her fingernail, so we got that. And it's pretty intuitive when you click this button. Sometimes the mask looks like it expands out further, but then it contracts back in for the most part. But outside of that, we are looking pretty good. There's a little bit right here, and once again you can see how it pops out, but then it comes back in. So even around her hair and stuff like that, I mean, it's really come so far. All right, so she is selected perfectly now. Well, not perfectly, but she's pretty well selected. So she is selected now, and what we need to do is select the backdrop, because that's what we're going to change. Let me move this generative fill thing out of here. And so to do that, we're going to go back up here to the select menu, and then I'm going to hit inverse here, which is going to take that selection off of her and put it on this backdrop. So then what we do is we're going to go down here to the adjustment layer icon. We're going to click on that and go up to curves. And magically, because we had the selection on the backdrop, it automatically masked out our player. And so anything we do in this adjustment layer is just going to affect this background. So this histogram tells us everything we need to know about the backdrop as well. And so what it's doing is telling us these are the values of color on that backdrop. And right up here is where we control the white values. So I'm going to drag this over here to the end of that little mountain range, and that's going to tell me that there's really no color left in this backdrop. And you can see it right there. It takes everything out. It's super clean, super crisp. So it's come, it's really doing the job that would have been done with probably adding 2 to 4 more lights in that setup. So this is a good way to get around not taking as many lights to a setup, which is exactly what I didn't want to do in this case. And so what I'm going to do now is show y'all just how I go about making these images for Instagram. And the ratio is a 4x5 for your normal gallery type images, and you can click on here. And let's see, we're going to reposition her. Let me zoom out so we can see what our composition is like. I'll put her like that. She's a little bit off center, so I'm going to maybe move her right there. And this is another trick with having a white background, And when you move around in the crop tool, it'll pull from your background value right here. So this is, since the background's already white, I can move her all around in here and you would never know it. It's just expanding the backdrop. But I'm just going to move her just a little bit over like that. Hit that crop tool. Go up here. Let's look at it one more time, before and after. You can see where that area is that I brought in, and you would never know because we'd already taken all the values, all the color values out of that backdrop. And it's as simple as that. So I hope that answers some of the questions that y'all had for me there on Instagram. And if so, please give this video that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more content just like this, hit that subscribe button down there and the little bell so YouTube will let you know when I'm back on here. In the meantime, y'all can find me over on social media at QuantsPhoto on Instagram, where you can see images just like these that I'm talking about today, as well as at ProLite Mods on Instagram. If you got any questions or comments, please feel free to drop those down below. Y'all stay safe and healthy out there, and I will see y'all again soon here in the next one.